Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my channel. Today is the second part of my OnlyFans video. The last one was last summer, and in that video I show you guys what the best mini fans that I use. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'll put a link in the description. You can have a look. And spoiler alert, this is the go-to fan that I have. It has a mist function where it can spray water, as well as obviously the fan, which has different speed, rechargeable, easy to put in the pocket and all that. Today's video is more about the fan that you use inside your home. I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because I'm doing this video today because I'm getting rid of all my fans. I have an aircon installed in the house, so a lot of these become obsolete. But nevertheless, over the years I have accumulated a big audience of fans here. Some of them are newer, higher tech stuff, and disclosure, I didn't pay for them. Amazon sent them to me for free and not the manufacturer, and they haven't paid me to say good things about them either. Some of the fans here, they have been very faithful, and they are as old as my children, and my children are now teenagers. Today's video, I don't think it's going to be a very long one. In terms of fan, they rotate, move air around, that's what they do. So your body produces heat, your core temperature is around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Your skin is actually cooler than that. So we have clothing on to trap heat inside, so that's why in the summer you wear t-shirts so the air can get to your skin. And you have sweat glands, so when you sweat, it takes heat to remove the moisture from your skin, the sweat of your skin, so when they evaporate, that's how you cool down yourself. When you have a fan blowing on your skin, it constantly removes that kind of a moisture on your skin. So increase the rate where you lose heat. That's why you feel cool. Now, a fan is different from opening a window and natural wind. The reason is that when you open the window, if the temperature outside is cooler than your room, the heat actually escapes from the room. So you're actually removing heat from the room, and that's how air conditioning works as well. You're actually blowing out cool air because the heat exchange takes the heat from the room to the outside. But that's the basic behind how the fan works. I have one machine right at the back there. I'm not sure if I will be able to include that in this video. Hopefully I can. That is a evaporated cooler, and I will rate that in between a normal fan and an aircon. What they do is you have to put water inside and you have to refill it every so often. So let's give 2 minutes air time to these old faithful fans that I have here. Now they're really simple. Basically there's a big motor at the back here. There's control in the front here. Usually you have different speed, and yeah, it's just a press and play thing. So you press, this thing spin, chucks out loads of air. Some of them will come with a swivel head, so usually there's a mechanism at the back right here that you pull up, and that locks it in one position wherever you want the wind to be directed to. Now the one I have here is called Panasonic. I don't think you can get in this country. It was actually imported foreignly. And they usually come with a base with an adjustable pole, and this one here actually took it off the base so I can show you guys how they work. These fans are fantastic. You can change direction of up and down where you want it to blow. It will turn side to side to circulate air around the room, and yeah, they work and they last forever. This one here, I'm sad to see it go, but I do need to upcycle or recycle them. So hopefully someone will benefit from this for many more years to come. But there's one or two things that I really don't like about this kind of fan. One is, like, if you have a really old design like this, you can actually put your finger through that. Now my finger is quite fat, and I can actually put my finger through that, and the blade will definitely chop my finger. If you have children or kids around or pets, then yeah, definitely this old design might not be suitable. Now this one is slightly newer, so this one have a mesh, so you can't really put your finger through, but look at how flimsy the mesh is. There's no timer, there is no remote control or anything funny going on with electronics, but they do work. With those older model fans, if you do want timer functions and remote control on your phone, you can actually use this smart plug. These are Wi-Fi control stuff. You can still use it as a power switch as well. You can actually turn it on and off by pressing it near the socket. But the good thing about the older type of fan is that they are mechanical switch, so if you press on power 1, every time you use this to give it power, it will go back to the power 1 setting. Where the newer models, sometimes they have electronics circuit built in. If you try to turn it on remotely, it will turn on the thing, but it doesn't stay with the last control setting. You still have to manually press the button to switch it on. This one here, I love it to bits because as you can see, there's no wire attached. So this one here actually runs on battery, and this one have a built-in lithium battery at the back right here, and you can charge it by plugging in a wall socket power adapter. See, it won't be as strong as the floor standing fan. It does wonders because you can actually get it up close and personal. But anyway, so you can turn it on by turning the knob at the back right here, and it will show you how much battery there is left. At the moment there's 75%. I actually used this fan for my bonfire the other day in the garden, just to get some air into the fire. It can also double up as a power bank as well. This is a USB-A port that you can plug in the cable to charge your phone. So fantastic for outdoor. It comes with a handle, comes with a metal base that you can clamp it on tent, pool or anything like that. So this is a really good addition. There is a light in the front as well, but I never really use it, which is fantastic. I got another one up over there permanently on my bench. When I'm doing soldering and stuff like that, it's good to have airflow. And if you do run the battery dry, you can actually plug it in and use it as a plug-in fan. Plenty of these kind of fans around. The only thing you need to look out for with this kind of a fan is the battery. I don't want to generalize, like, you know, all made in China products, but honestly, the power rating, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. What I usually look for is a big base, not just because of the motor, but because of the battery as well. But I have seen, like, you know, pictures on the internet showing that they just have a bulk case and then put some sand or stone inside in case instead of a big battery. So that is not always a reliable method as well. So the next one up, we have a desktop fan. So this one have a funky swivel head. So this one stay in front of our exercise bike and our treadmill. But if you can see, it has a 360 button here. So when you press that button, it will rotate, not just side to side, but up and down as well. It's a very weird concept because, like, I don't understand, at first, I don't understand why do you want a fan which kind of like blow around the room and stuff like that. And in a hot summer day, this fan is not going to make any difference at all because your room is already so hot. You're just pushing hot air all around, and it's not even cooling the skin because it's not blowing onto your skin. But when you're working in the gym, a lot of the time is that you are the source of heat, and the air around you is so hot, but parts of the room is still cool. So by having this rotation, first of all, you don't smell your own sweat so much, and secondly, it helps to rotate the cooler air around the room. So it does have its place. I do like the display. It actually have a light up display. I'm a bit of a sucker of aesthetic of the fan. And when you turn it to the max, it does actually cool your skin very, very well. You can always stop the fan to where you want it to blow, and you can have it swing side by side as well. So with this one here, it does have a timer function, and you can set it to switch off after a certain amount of hours. And this one you can turn it off automatically up to like 8 hours, I think. The only downside of this fan is that the fan blade is, the radius is very small, so the cooling effect is quite small as well. And one last thing I like about this fan is that it allows you to switch off the light. You'll be surprised how much annoyance it can get if you are having this in your bedroom, for example. I like total darkness, so I have blackout blinds and all that. And by having this to switch off the light from the LED, you don't see it on the ceiling, you don't see it glowing anywhere, which is fantastic. So this is one of the latest model, 2024 or 2023, and this is sent to me by Amazon, not by the company. The brand is Dr. Prepare. I haven't heard of this brand before, but there's loads of upcoming brands with this kind of chip fans or rotating fans. So as you can see, it no longer uses the circular blade. This one actually have a vertical blade inside. And all the newer model of fans have this kind of grill, which you can't really put your finger through. We are in the age where we have to put labels to say, please don't drink anti-coolant. Hopefully no one's going to try to force the fingers through the grill. At the back, you got a removable cover. It's very important that you do some kind of a maintenance every few years. If you can see, like, a lot of dust to build up here. On the top here, you got a twist knob. At the moment, it's off. And then you got both sides. So you got 1, 2, 3 on one side, and then 1, 2, 3 with the kind of a swivel logo underneath it. Let's switch it on to level 1. So this is level 1 with swivel, and the thing I like about this fan is that there is no funny electronics with it. So literally is a knob that you turn to adjust the power. So this is 3, 2 and 1, and then it stops. Look at this, it's not really tall, okay, and the footprint is just a circular cylinder. I would have this in front of my computer table or my work desk. And even when it swivels, because it's not swiveling a big circular fan, it wouldn't knock over anything in front of it. So at setting 1, at arm's length, okay, it got a constant nice breeze in your face or your body. So this one will cool you really well. Unless it's a really hot day and you're sweating buckets in front of a monitor, I wouldn't like to have this kind of a breeze in front of my face all the time. But anyway, that's irrelevant. Yeah, for a plug and play fan, this is fantastic, and you can use a smart socket with this to remote control it or set timer if you need to, because this one doesn't have any of those functions. So the next fan we got here is by Levoit, and this is a tower fan. It's so tall that my camera wouldn't cover the top of it. So it does have a digital display, and as you can see, if I plug it in, it will not do anything. So, you know, your smart socket or, you know, your smart control wouldn't work with this kind of fan. So you still need to press the power button before it will kind of register the power and turn on. It has a very nice digital display. It shows you the current air temperature and the type of function that you're using at the moment. This one comes with a nice remote control, and at the back there's a slot for you to store it as well. With this remote control, if you're in bed, you don't need to get out of bed and control the fan. You can actually press this button to control the fan. There is a little drawback with this kind of fan. Yeah, there's no up and down adjustment. So, you know, whatever air comes out, it comes out like a kind of a spread instead of over the mattress and onto your body. So at the end, we usually have a stool or something to kind of prop it up. So with the older fan, the head can actually swivel, and it can go up and down as well, where this one can't. And this is really quiet, and you can't really hear it if it is on level 1. But if you start to increase the level, so if you increase to the maximum level for this one, which is 12, you start to get a lot of, like, you know, air noise. But to be fair, that is just physics. If you're moving a lot of air, unfortunately, you will hear the fan blade hitting the air and stuff like that. But it's not too bad. Now, with this kind of the tower fan, they usually have a motor on the base where it will kind of swivel the fan entirely. So it will help to cover the whole room with the swivel. So if I show you the top right here, so there's no physical button. This is all kind of just a touch panel. This one has a timer built in, so you can actually tell it to switch off after how many hours that you want. So you also have a sleep function. When you press on it, it's turn off the display so it doesn't disturb your sleep, just like the other little fan that I showed you just now. I have known people who put like sticky tape or, you know, those masking tape or whatever tape that you have to tape it over the LED so you don't see it at night. So this is a function that a lot of people ask for. And with a fancy electronics like this, there is also a function allow you to do turbo mode, so you switch all the way to 12 straight away instead of having to scroll through the power. You can choose automatic. I think this one have a temperature sensor inside which automatically adjusts the power based on your temperature. So next up we have the Philips tower fan. Now this one I already done a video covering it last summer, and we used it throughout the whole of last summer. At the back here, like the Levoit, so have a screw holding the grill where you can take it off and give it a clean. I can see some dust build up because I used it in the loft, and there is a lot of dust in my loft. Again, all the grills are nicely made, so you can't really put your fingers through. And it comes with a remote control as well, and we use this one quite a lot. And the Philips fan comes with a remote control, and we have it by our bedside table, and we use this one a lot because a lot of the time is that we don't always need the fan on and we don't want to get out of bed, and this is fantastic. And it also allows you to start the timer from the remote as well. Like the other fan, this one doesn't have any mechanical switch, it's all touchscreen right here. And this has been our go-to fan for the last summer, so I do highly recommend the Philips as well. I mean, between these two, they're both good fans. The only thing I will say is that the Philips is slightly bigger and slightly stronger in terms of airflow. Apart from that, no, they are both pretty decent tower fan. Okay, finally we come to the last piece of the equipment that I'm going to show you today. This is by a company called Symphony. And on the box you can see that they really try to emphasize on eco-friendly. They marketed this as an alternative to your air conditioner. So it's important this is not an air conditioner. What it means is that this one doesn't have a compressor. It doesn't use any coolant or anything like that. It just uses water to cool the air. And this one, you are planting 14 trees. I don't know about that because like I do have aircon in the house. And I do have solar to compensate my carbon footprint and all that. But anyway, that's an entire video different completely. So what do you get for buying this product? Again, I'll put the link in the description, maybe the specs on the screens as well so you guys can see it. So I'm going to take it out. Now I didn't buy this machine. This is actually given to me by Amazon, not by the company, and they're not paying me to say any good things about this either. So out of the box you got the machine, and you also got some wheels that you need to attach yourself to the bottom of the machine. So for a company who is emphasizing on eco-friendly, they surely use a lot of plastic. Okay, you got your instruction booklet, and you also got a remote control as well. In the UK, it comes with a 3-pin plug. I hate products which come with short cables. So for this to work, you need to put it near your wall socket. Now in the UK, unless you are having commercial, unless you're in a commercial building, most of the socket is like lower down. And this one, it has to stick by near the wall. So just make sure you get a extension for this. So the machine has a plastic body. And if I take the tape off, so we can actually start using this machine. So with a machine like this, half of them are actually like a water tank. This one actually have an open slot here where you can actually put some ice into the tank underneath. There will be a submersive pump underneath where it pumps the water back up here. And then it trickles through a kind of a material where the fan can blow air through it. And that actually takes the heat away. So hopefully cooler, moist air come out from here. So this evaporated cooler is actually a one piece. So what it means is the tank is actually attached to the top part permanently. So you can't really see the tank inside. You have a rubber stopper here, which to drain all the water out when you're not using the machine. And it's very important to keep the hygiene standard with this kind of machine because you do have stale water inside. There is an overflow here, so if you do put too much ice or too much water, eventually it will come out from this here. So let me finish installing this by putting the wheels on. Okay, the long piece goes in the front, the short piece goes to the back, so the long piece slap in like that. The short pieces go to the back. Okay, that's it. And upside down. So on the top right here is your control panel, and at the moment it's plugged in, so you can see the power logo on red. When you press the power button, this is all touchscreen, there's no mechanical switch. When you press it, so the top will flip up. So obviously there's a motor which kind of flip up the display. For me, I'm not sure how necessary is that. It's nice, but you know, unless you're a really short person or else, you don't really need that. And if you're a short person, even if it lifts up, you can't see it anyway. But anyway, let's move on to that. So straight away it goes onto the fan mode. There's a red logo on the beaker sign which shows you that there's no water inside at the moment, so some of the function is flashing. So this is with the fan off. This is the maximum. Now you do have a up and down adjustment with this one here. You can turn the so you can turn the direction of the fan. And the side by side is actually done by a motor. So the motor will actually change the direction of the airflow as well. I have to say this is quite quite nice and cool already with the, even without the water. It is quite noisy though. So even at the lowest setting, it does make a lot of noise. And with this one here, you do have a timer function, so you can press it for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6, 7, so 7 hours is the maximum. And the display, every time you press on it, it kind of push it back a little bit, so it kind of defeats the purpose of that. I don't know if it will destroy that or not, but anyway. So you fill the water in here, and then the water circulates and come back down. Now this one here, I can touch the fan blade with my finger in there. Obviously these are off at the moment, so just if anyone is interested in this kind of thing here, you can actually with you can poke it into the air, so you can actually poke into the turbine. So the way it works is that it sucks the water up from the tank, and then they dribble it down through this kind of a cloth material on all sides. So when the warm air from the room gets sucked through it, it takes away the heat by evaporating the water, and then a slightly moist water will come out from the front, and it will be a cooler air than the air which goes in. And this is very good at removing heat from a room in a really hot summer. The only thing I would say is it depends on the humidity of the day. If it is a really hot day and it is really humid, so the room is already saturated with a lot of water, then this might not work at all, because you're already feeling really humid inside the room. And even if it is not a very humid day, then if you have all the door and window closed and you leave this one on for a while, eventually your room humidity will go up until that is saturated. So the best to do is have some kind of a good ventilation to use with this kind of evaporative cooler. If you put ice in it, it's even better because it removes the heat from the air a lot faster as well. And this one here have a massive tank. Basically anything from the floor up until here is kind of a water tank, and the overflow is right at the top as well. So you can fill a lot of water in there. Yeah, so if you have a big room or big conservatory, then or maybe even a shop, then you can use something like this to cool your space. So that's all I've got time for you today. My personal favorite, it is this kind of a portable fan. They're good enough for desktop, and even if you are quite far away, you don't need to have a cable attached, because this one have a battery built in, and it double up as a power bank as well. So this is a lot more versatile than any other fans that I have at the back. Hope you find my information useful. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel to help me grow. I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. Bye bye.